Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And this is What If Deku Was Reptile Part 2. So, if I'm not correct, I left off right at the beginning of the physical exam part of the entrance exam. It's a weird place to leave off, but I ran out of time, so what can you do about it? Am I right? So, yeah. Sorry if I sound a little bit off my game today. I'm tired. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, present mic. 3, 2, 1. Gates open. Deku sprints like he runs like a fucking bat out of hell. And when he gets the robots, he goes like full feral on these dudes. He's tearing through them with his claws. He's melting them with his acid. He kind of uses his acid palm thing that he has in the picture here. He kind of uses that to legit punch through some of these robots. He's shooting some acid at him. He's making like those acid ball projectiles and throwing them at the robots, taking out like 5 at a time. Yeah. He popping off, he got there before everyone else, like even before Ida. Like Ida was like nah, he's sprint. Yeah, yeah, he blitzed Ida in the back. Like what? But you know how it be. You think you could like jumped. Deku kind of jumped on top of a building just to look across to see if there's any more robots that he can spot to destroy. Then he sees the 0-pointer. He's like, yeah, I'm not fighting that thing. But then he hears a girl scream. Then he turns around, and with his amazing reptile eyes, he's basically, I'm giving him the ability to see heat signatures, because I'm pretty sure some reptiles can do that. And I'm pretty sure a reptile can do that. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember. But I think he can, and if I think he can, he can. So yeah, he's got he's got infrared vision now. So yeah, he kinda switches to infrared. He sees Uraraka trapped under the rubble. Some rubble. So he jumps down. Jumps down, superhero landing, and he runs at the 0-pointer, like all fours, like running at this thing. And then he runs up the wall of the side of a building and jumps at the 0-pointer. And the 0-pointer swings at Deku. And what Deku does, he pulls a flip to dodge the 0-pointer's attack. And then he's on its arm, just like tearing up its arm all the way up to its shoulder. Then Deku does this. His hand kind of like glows green, basically like it does in the picture, and he shoves his hand into the back of the 0-pointer's head, and the 0-pointer's head slowly starts to melt. And then the 0-pointer falls. Dead. No one died, but 0-pointer dead. 1 for 1. And Deku kind of jumps off the what's left of the 0-pointer. It's still melting. He picks up the rubble and helps Uraraka out. Then the buzzer sounds. He goes home. He can't teleport because it's reptile. This isn't like Scorpion. I might do Scorpion in the future. Might. That's a big maybe. But he can't teleport, so he kind of just turns invisible and runs off. It's the closest thing I could make as a speedy escape for him. Then he goes back to his little camp on Dagobah Beach because, you know, an abusive parent, you know, I don't think he wants to go back. Let's say he sneaks back into his house to get, like, let's say he forgot something, and he's sneaking back into his house, and his mom spots him, and his mom, like, starts yelling at him, and she tries to swing at him, like, she's about to hit him, right? But nah, mate, we can't be having that. Deku grabs her arm right before she hits him, and pushes her back. Then he kind of like jumped up onto like a wall. Like, let's say he can like walk on walls too, because I'm pretty sure I am 99% sure Reptile can actually do that. I can't remember. I haven't played Reptile in Mortal Kombat in like forever, because you know, he's an MKX, but he's not an MK11. Rip. Reptile, wherever he may be in the Mortal Kombat universe, but whatever. Yeah, he kind of jumps onto a wall and like backflips, and then he on his phone he dials 911. He called the police on this bitch. So basically, he kind of reports her to the freaking police that he's like holding the phone as he's dodging his mother from hitting him with a freaking, let's say, a broom. I don't know. I was gonna say baseball bat, but why would she have a baseball bat in the kitchen? Well, I could say knife, but I think that's a little extreme. So he kind of got the phone in one hand and he's still kind of dodging, ducking and weaving. He's like, yeah, can I get a couple officers over at my house? And then he gives them the address, because my mom is trying to hit me, like abuse me, attack me with, you know, a weapon. Then the cops show, and the cops pull up. And looks like the door was like, they break down the door. The battering ram. They got a whole fucking SWAT team on this chick. Like Inko basically took Deku as a hostage. Got a gun to his head. Let's just say they had a gun. I don't know. I'm trying to work in a filler here, man. I'm coming it up as I go, man. Man. Like I said, if I sound off my game, I'm tired. It's like 4:30 in the morning. Oh, and it's what? Friday? Where was I? Oh, yes. Basically, Inko took Deku as a hostage, and then, as finally the freaking police break down the door, Deku got Inko in an arm lock, like an arm lock, as in like arm behind her back, about to break her arm. And how this happened? Basically, what Deku does, he grabs the gun, melts the gun with his acid that he can protrude through his hands. That's basically what he's been doing this entire time. That's how he makes the acid balls. So he grabs the gun, he melts it. So even if she tried to fire it, which she won't be able to, it would kind of just recoil back, and no bullet would come out. So then he grabs her wrist, kind of pulls her over him, and then gets her in an arm lock as the police break down the door. And then Inko is handcuffed. I don't know what it is, but if it doesn't bother me, I'm not gonna bother them. So whatever. Yeah, Inko was taken to jail for being an abusive son of a bitch, which I'm pretty sure they should have done with Endeavor in canon, but I guess not. Well, I'm talking like before season 4 of the anime. Like season 1 through season 3, Endeavor can go to jail. Season 4, Endeavor, he's pretty chill. But yeah, let's say Deku was old enough to, still live there and not go to a freaking orphanage or the dorms at UA. Let's just say because he's old enough and can provide for himself, he can live by himself. But yeah, that's how that whole night went down. I'd like to mention this was just in one night. Yes, a whole night. And man, that's gonna be one hella story to tell on your first day of school. Am I right? Or am I right? But yeah, Deku kind of goes back to Dagobah Beach, grabs all his stuff up, kind of moves all his stuff back in, kind of rearranges it. Like it doesn't change much, but kind of fixes like cleans up a bit. There's legit empty packs of cigarettes and empty beer bottles. Yeah, it's those kind. Yeah, if you get what I'm saying, you know how it be. And let's say Deku's dad got a little call from the Child Protective Services. Let's say Deku's dad was gonna come back into town to visit for some reason, just because he got a week off of work and he wanted to see his child and his wife. So yeah, and then he gets a call and he's like driving down the street. So he gets a call, so he kind of pulls to the side and he picks up the phone, and it's from Child Protective Services that his wife was gonna, and tells him that he's gonna have to live with Izuku for like a couple days to get like law court stuff over, or like all handled aside. He's like, cool. I was gonna visit them anyway. But that he heard that Zuko has been abused ever since he's left, so he kind of pick up the speed on this. He's not speeding, but he's driving a little faster and a little bit more anxious to see if he is okay. So yeah, basically it's Deku and his dad living together now, and his dad's pretty chill. Let's just say instead of fire breath, he could spit acid, so that's where Deku got his acid part from. Yeah. And then the scales came in from something else. It's not like big scales. It's not like in the picture. It's like it might get to that at some point. Sorry about that. I almost dropped my phone. It might get to that at some point, but it's not that bad. It's it's probably just like on his arms or like in some on his torso. But yeah, that's that whole night go down. And now, the first day of UA. God, I'm killing myself with my enthusiasm. Ugh, Jesus. Yeah, he walking up to 1A. Nah. He let's say a window was open at the door in class 1A. He legit scales the building invisible. He's invisible and he scales the building and he kind of comes through the window. And then he decloaks and he's just sitting at a desk and everyone's like, where the hell did he come from? Then everyone was too loud. Aizawa was sat up. He's like, shut up, you brats. You bratos. Basically, then, Aizawa explains quirk assessment test, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, quirk assessment test. People start to, argue that, don't get a good orientation. We get to take a stupid exam. Blah, 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 blah. Stop being so fucking ungrateful. Like, to be honest, yeah, I really wouldn't care. But, yeah. I'm about to go get ready. And that's where I'm going to leave this part off, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next part. Peace.